Hello and welcome to my review of the Dark Angels Master Lazarus model from Games Workshop. Now this model will cost you £25. It's a lot of money for a single pose. Yeah, I'd probably call it single pose. You've got two options, but it's still a single pose. It's in the same vein as the Tor Garadon model and the Adrax Agatone model, as well as Kayvan Shrike. All of these kind of four unique characters for their specific chapters have all had this Primaris upgrade treatment, and they all cost £25. Now, I reviewed both the normal Primaris Captain and the store exclusive Captain 2 years ago. The Primaris Captain, which I have here, I've got another version as well, he will still set you back £22.50. So if you want a Primaris Captain with two bolt rifle options, but he only comes with a power sword, then you can still pick this up for £22.50, saving you £2.50. But if you want to have the option of having a power fist or a power sword, then you can always get this one and have it as a Primaris Captain. Doesn't have specific weapons as such compared to like Tor Garadon or Adrax with that big hammer. So that's one of the reasons why I got him, is because you can use him as a normal Primaris Captain. You get a couple of spare parts too, so that's always a bonus. And the fact that he comes with a helmeted head as well is a big bonus. It comes with this little instruction guide, which I did the unboxing of. It's worth holding on to this because, well, I think his reviews are in the Psychic Awakening book. I think that must be the 4th book, Ritual of the Damned. And I'll go through his specific rules in a moment. His power sword is very good, and he's got some decent abilities too. If you don't have the Ritual of the Damned book, it's worth keeping hold of this for his rules. Let's have a look at the model himself, then we'll look at some spare parts, we'll go through some size comparisons, and then we'll go through all the rules for him. So this is Master Lazarus for the Dark Angels. I'll try and get my lighting a bit better at some point. But lovely model. I really like this pose. Sort of cradling this bolt gun. He's got an incense, he's got a feather, he's got a canister, he's got some chains, got some Dark Angels insignia, but the shield is blank, which is awesome. So it means you can just paint whatever you want on there, really. Yeah, he's got the sword on his helmet there. He's got Dark Angels insignia on his on both of his shoulder pauldrons, which, yeah, sucks a little bit if you don't want to use them as Dark Angels. He's got this little dagger, ceremonial dagger, or whatever. This power fist has got Dark Angel symbol on. The power plant hasn't, although it does have this big winged dagger thing on the back. You could break that off or cut that off quite cleanly, or you could just take the power plant off and put a different Primaris power plant on if you don't want all this on the back. But I think it adds to it, and in a way it kind of gives him a iron halo. And you know, he's a Primaris Captain at the end of the day. He's not a lieutenant or anything like that. So decent looking model, definitely one of the best looking captains. However, is he as good looking as the store exclusive captain? I don't know. This captain is pretty awesome with the plasma pistol and the power fist there. Lovely pose. Yeah, they're both pretty awesome, I think. But I do love the store exclusive one. And this one only costs £20. So it's saving of £5, although you don't get any options and things for him weapon wise. It's just that's what he comes with. But plasma pistol and power fist, hard to beat that. Okay, so that's the model himself. Let's just have a quick look at the spare parts. So there's been a lot of interest in this model, specifically with the winged helm. As you can see, the right arm, you can have him cradling the bolt gun, or you can attach this sort of right wrist to that right arm and cradle the helm. It sort of fits in there, and then this wing sort of fits in there. Very nice and snuggly, I want to say. So, oh, I can't really do it any justice. just lost forever in the thick carpet. No, so yeah, you get the point in that this helmet has these wings on there, and that's pretty much it. Is it easy to cut the hand off? No, because the hand is attached to the wing. So unfortunately, no, you're not going to be able to have this winged helmet on the Primaris Dark Angels captain himself, which sucks, because if you want to have this awesome winged helmet, you're going to have him without a helmet, you know, without him wearing a helmet. And the Dark Angels Primaris upgrade sprue doesn't include a winged helmet, which, yeah, sucks again. It does have a really nice power sword, which you can use to upgrade your one of your Primarises to a Dark Angels captain. Anyway, speaking of heads, here are the other two. So you get this one here with some optics. Still, that's a decent looking head. And then this one here, even this one, that's quite decent too. Quite surprised with these two heads. Very good. So even if you opt with the winged helmet being cradled, the helmetless heads are still a good option. Instead of the power fist, you can have this power sword. So you can have him as a normal captain. You can have the power fist or the power sword. This particular blade is, I'll say, unique. It's a lovely looking power sword. And if you use him as Lazarus, then this power sword is called the Enmity's Edge, which I still can't say. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this little arm here is for cradling the helmet. So all in all, 7 spare parts, which isn't too bad. This is kind of flat as well on his shoulder, so you could possibly use that on a normal Primaris or upgrade one of your Primaris to have this sword. So that is a possibility. I'm just putting it out there, so it might be worth holding on to that sword. Okay, let's do some size comparisons then. Firstly, I do have a few other Primaris captains and things. So I've got you know, the store exclusive, similar height, probably a little bit taller because of the pose that he's in. Then I've got the individual captain. The individual captain is taller, but that's because he is on a bit of a scenic base there. So he's stood up a little bit more, so even more upright. So in a way, for size, you've got action pose, stood up, and then lead and charge. You know, so they get taller as they go on. Compared to like a lieutenant, I've got one of the tallest lieutenants here, Amulius. Amulius is taller, again, because of the scenic base. So there's not much in it between all these lieutenants and captains. Here's the other Dark Angels lieutenant. They both go pretty well, actually. I would have preferred some kind of plasma gun or plasma pistol option, you know, for the Dark Angels, for Lazarus. You know, plasma pistol, something with that Enmity's Edge would be pretty, well, incredible, and the captain would work very well in tandem with this Dark Angels lieutenant look, with the blade and the plasma pistol. As such, I think they're probably a better pairing, in my opinion, the store exclusive and the normal Dark Angels lieutenant. But still, you know, same faction. You've got 2 HQ choices there, which are very decent if you wanted to use them together. One of the cheapest captains about is the one in Phobos armour. He's only £20, so he's £5 cheaper, and he looks pretty decent too. Similar height, he's got this funky bolt carbine, he's got a load of detail on him, he hasn't got a helmeted head, he's in some, yeah, he's a bit odd to put together, put it that way, but yeah, if you don't like the Phobos armour, you know, the right shoulder pauldron not being like a proper shoulder pauldron and some you know, bundles of cables there for the torso, then yeah, you're probably best off getting the normal Primaris and the Mark 10 armour. But still, a little bit of a comparison. And finally, a couple of comparisons between normal Space Marine. So you've got a kind of legacy Space Marine there on the left. Yeah, Primaris is way taller. And then next to the, well, I've just got Cassius there, Captain Cassius, similar height, and then a normal Primaris, again, very similar height there, but this one is in a more upright position. So still holds his own, doesn't have much of a present compared to Amulius, and maybe the, you know, individual captain. In my opinion, doesn't have as much presence as, say, Tor Garadon or Adrax. Probably like the most low profile Primaris captain, in my opinion. Finally, I'll just show you a comparison with a Sisters of Battle model. Right here, I just have a normal Sisters of Battle. They're pretty small, or should I say shorter than the Primaris, especially a captain as well. But just goes to show you how small these sisters are. Here's the Hospitaller, which I've recently just put together. Yeah, way smaller. Okay, so I hope all of those size comparisons have helped. What I will do is I will just read out the rules for Master Lazarus in the little booklet that you get with the model. I won't go through a normal Primaris Captain rules. If you want to find out about them, you'll need to go and get the brand new Space Marine Codex that came out sort of September 2019. Okay, so Master Lazarus is a HQ choice, of course, is a power points cost of a 7. Unfortunately, it doesn't say how many points he costs, which does suck a fair bit. You know, if you want to find the points, you're going to have to buy that Ritual of the Damned book. Just another reason for you to get that £25 book, I think it is. Yeah. So his stat line reads, is a movement of 6 inches, his weapon skill is 2+, ballistic skill 2+, strength 4, toughness 4, 6 wounds, 5 attacks, and a leadership of 9. What we'll do is just draw some comparisons with the normal Primaris Captain. So Lazarus is 7 power points, normal Captain is 5. The differences there are no differences in the stat line. They both have exactly the same stat line. Master Lazarus is a single model equipped with a bolt pistol, Enmity's Edge, frag grenades, crack grenades. You can only include one of this model in your army. So because he's just got that bolt pistol, it's kind of a bit wrong to have him equipped with that bolt gun and Enmity's Edge, because the model is showing a bolt gun of which he's not really equipped with. So that may force you into having the sword and him cradling that helmet. And depends if you like the helmet or not. Anyway, his bolt pistol works as normal. It's not master crafted or anything, which is a bit poor, but there we go. Enmity's Edge, though, is a melee weapon. It's a strength +2, so that's strength 6. Its armor penetration is -4, which is insane, because that's better than a power sword and better than a power fist. And the damage is D3. So it's essentially like a power fist, but 2 less strength and a better armor penetration. When resolving an attack made with this weapon against a psycho unit, you can re-roll the wound roll and you can re-roll the damage roll. That makes it way better than a power fist, because even a power fist you have to subtract 1 from the hit roll. So in my opinion, you know, 2 less strength but a way better armor penetration, re-rolling the wounds and re-rolling the damage and against psychers makes it better. It really does. Obviously I haven't equipped mine with that, I've just equipped him with a power fist, but still. Frag grenades and crack grenades work as normal. Abilities, Angels of Death and Inner Circle. Don't have a clue what Inner Circle means, it's probably in the Dark Angels Codex. The Spirit Shield Helm. When a model in a friendly Dark Angels unit within 6 inches of this model would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result if it is this model that would lose a wound. On a 5+, that wound is not lost. That's insane. Those mortal wounds on a 4+, on him, it's not going to affect him. On a 5+ against other Dark Angels units, they're not going to lose that mortal wound. That's brilliant. Speaking of which, in terms of mortal wounds and things, he is equipped with an Iron Halo, so he's got 3+ invulnerable. So he's got 3+ normal and a 4+ invulnerable. Then he's got Rites of Battle. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by models in friendly Dark Angels units whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. That's quite decent, you know, reroll hit rolls of 1. And then Intractable Will. When this model is destroyed within 1 inch of any enemy units, it can immediately fight as if it were the fight phase before being removed from play. This ability is not cumulative with the Astartes banner ability or the Only in Death Does Duty End stratagem. that's pretty good. So you get an extra, 5 attacks as if it were the fight phase as he dies. That's brilliant. Keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Dark Angels, Character, Infantry, Primaris and Master Lazarus. So there you go, that is my in-depth review of Master Lazarus. He is a stunning character for the Dark Angels. That Enmity's Edge sword and the Spirit Shield helm and the Intractable Will, they're all very, very good abilities. And if you choose to have him as a normal Primaris captain with a Power Fist, he's still going to look like a very decent model. What do you guys think of the model and the rules? In my opinion, he's one of my favourite looking Primaris captains out there, and I only purchased him because of a request from another subscriber. So thank you very much. Your support means a lot. Thank you ever so much for joining me as always. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.